The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for the New Media Zone. With your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And a chance to win free movie tickets with the poster pair's name. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello and welcome to the New Media Zone, and Dave here and Dave with you.
You know,
Right.
on the last show, it just hit me. Last show we did the karaoke,
Right. Yeah.
and I just noticed that your intro to the show almost has a song-like quality to it. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
It does have a song-like quality. So you are singing to the viewers every show.
And Dave here. Yeah.
Hello,
Hello.
welcome to the new meeting. You got this cadence. It's a song-like quality, yet you're expressing the joy
Right.
in song
Mm-hmm.
for our viewer.
Yeah, it's the welcome. It's a happy place. Here we try not
Most of the time.
to offend anybody, but you know that happens on occasion. But tonight we're going to take a look at 1976.
Ooh.
Whenever I say the year, that's when the bubble comes in, and we're back to 1976. That was a fun year with the Bicentennial.
Oh, that's right.
And I think there was an Olympics going on, wasn't there that year? Seems like there was an Olympics,
Could have been.
and there was
I believe so, yeah.
there was a King Kong at the
Oh.
end of the year.
God. And we'll have to mention that, too,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm sure it's in the top films,
Yes,
despite it being horrible.
but we'll mention all that. We may as well jump right into it here because we have scheduled. I was going to do a song. I picked one out, and then you picked one out, which actually would be funnier.
Okay.
So we're going to try and get both in.
Oh. What?
And-
What?
The
Oh,
view-
the channels are getting changed.
People enjoy, and you're going to sing with us at home. You can sing. These are, catchy songs you sing along with in the car. I know you do. So we're going to sing them later. But first, let's do the movies.
The movies from 1976. The top 10 films, starting with number 10, Midway, which I believe was a Charlton Heston, Henry Fonda. Were they in that?
Yeah.
That was a World War II film.
Mm-hmm. They just remade it. And, a lot of CGI, but the 76 version used actual war footage that cut into the drama.
All right.
And it was in Sense-Around. I did see it.
Ooh.
I'm not interested in war films, really. I did like Charlton Heston at the time, but because it was in Sense-Around, well, we went to see that in the theater.
Which also, in 1974, I believe, Charlton Heston did another film in Sense-Around, Earthquake,
Right, he was in most of the Sense-Around films.
with a
of the time.
very voluptuous Victoria principal.
Right. But the
In that one.
T-shirt. Wait till you see all the time we devote to Earthquake when we do 74 on the show.
There'll be a lot of stills there. Number 9, In Search of Noah's Ark. I don't remember this one.
This was one of those Sun Classic films. It was kind of like a, I guess, documentary type thing. I'll have to search one of these out because they seem like very low budget.
You could make your own film, Ed. In Search of Noah's Ark.
Right.
Number 8, The Enforcer. Not a Dirty Harry movie?
Dirty Harry.
It is Dirty Harry.
Mhm.
Which one wasn't? Sudden Impact? No,
Sudden
that
Impact was Dirty Harry and Magnum Force.
What was the one
Deadpool.
where he played Shockley?
Who?
Shockley.
Who's Shockley?
That was his character's name, and with Sandra Locke.
Was
The
that
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet? That
Okay.
sounds like. I don't
Yeah.
remember his name.
I think he was Shockley. I think that was his
Shockley.
character's name.
Another thing we're gonna have to look up. That was the one with, he had the partner was Tyne Daly.
Oh,
He
okay.
had the female partner.
Right. Number 7, The Bad News Bears, with Jackie Earle Haley.
Mm-hmm.
Was Jodie Foster? No.
That was Tatum O'Neal.
Tatum O'Neal.
Went to see that in the theater.
Oh, was it in Sense-Around?
Wasn't in Sense-Around, though. They had the good Carmen score, the classical music, as they were fumbling and bumbling and cursing.
Oh.
Very shocking to hear the little kids cursing.
That's not right. Number 6, The Omen, which I believe was with Lee Remick and, was that Gregory Peck?
Right. I remember looking up at the poster at that. We were going to see a movie that night, and we had no idea what it was about. It looked like a scary movie and maybe a werewolf. There was a wolf thing there. And, of course, it was a, gory movie.
In the vein of The Exorcist, I believe.
Yes.
That similar type of film. Number 5, All the President's Men, with Redford and Hoffman, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the Watergate cover-up. Number 4, Silver Streak. I like that movie, Silver Streak.
I don't think I've seen that all the way through.
Oh, why not, Ed?
I should, because I like Gene Wilder.
And Jill Clayburgh, I think, was in it. Patrick McNee.
Oh, was it a murder mystery?
Or Patrick, a British Patrick. Whether
British?
it's McNee or one of the other guys. And Richard Pryor.
Mm-hmm. That was the first one they teamed up in. And I believe that was out for Christmas the same time as King Kong.
Which is number 3. King Kong, with Jeff Bridges and Jessica Lange, I think, in her first role.
Yeah.
As Dwan.
She was a model.
This was awful.
Now, do you remember all the hype leading up to...
I'm not doing the impression again.
Which one did you do?
Of the monkey, the giant monkey they built for the 2 seconds.
I can cut that in. Last time I cut that in
right.
with your live performance. So maybe I can find that wherever I did that.
Dig that out. Where they made one of the big things was, yes, they built the life-sized giant ape, which ended up being used for, 3 seconds?
It was holding 2 pieces of the cage. And I think the fingers sort of let it drop. It was shown in the cage for a few seconds. And then they cut to it, and they had Rick Baker in the monkey suit holding on to it. And then they cut a little further back in this giant mechanical thing. Let the pieces go. For $1 million they spent on that. Yep. I found the old game.
Oh, God, the game.
Back there. Did you have the King Kong game?
No.
You didn't?
I missed out on that one.
I did like the poster art, which changed because there was no jets. They couldn't use the jets. So then this big, massive burning metal appeared there. But they did have the giant live-action robot or whatever, which did what? You have to do just the hands.
What, right now?
Yeah.
Do I have to stand up to do it?
No, just do it in the camera. You pretend you're standing up a giant mechanical monkey. And all it did was kind of...
let go of a cage.
Right.
That had ripped open.
And they cut it in with the Rick Baker.
Yes.
There was a nice game board. Here, of course, the tower.
Oh, okay. And
there was a King Kong, and you had to move your piece up the tower there, and you had to swing him, and he might knock you off.
Oh, boy.
And
I did not know there was a game.
There was a game. There was a few items out, and puzzles, which I don't remember seeing at the time, but
I will say this, though. The 1976 version of King Kong, as bad as it is, somehow I think I like it better than the 2005 version.
Yeah, that's too long.
It's not only is it too long, listen, I'm going to say it's unbelievable, because how believable is a giant ape crawling up buildings? But still, some of the effects and some of the things they had going on, especially when they're running from all the brontosaurus.
Right.
Totally beyond. Come on, you're going to get trampled. Someone's going to get trampled. It was just ridiculous. And, way over the top.
Yeah, and there wasn't one Allosaurus or whatever it was. There was 3 fighting and
Oh,
falling
right.
down things. It was too long. I enjoy the King Kong, 76 King Kong, even though it was cheesy and there were no dinosaurs, only the one
The
snake.
snake, right?
It was something about all the hype leading up to it all summer long.
And Charles Grodin clearly overacting
Mm-hmm.
in that. Just knew how campy this movie was and just took it to another level as the chief of Petrox.
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 The score was really good, though. I think that's what saved a lot of it. It was John Barry that did a lot of the James Bond movies.
It was a good score.
Yeah.
And by the way, Jeff, we wish you well.
Oh, yeah, I saw
On your,
Jeff.
he has lymphoma, I believe.
Yeah.
Which he says was caught early enough where they feel he will make a full recovery.
Yeah.
Which I hope while they're working on him, they possibly give him some fresh dentures.
Oh, no.
Because you watch him in this King Kong movie and listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then go to True Grit and listen to him. That's how he really talks now. I don't know why. I don't know what happened.
Sometimes you see it looks like there's real teeth in there, but sometimes it seems like
don't
there's
know.
some dentures missing. or
Yeah,
something.
does he take them out? I mean, does he have dentures? I don't even know if he has dentures. I'm assuming he has dentures.
Maybe he has a partial he
Maybe.
takes out for acting or something.
Well, okay. Number 2, A Star is Born. Now, was this Barbara Streisand?
And Chris Christopherson
Okay.
had the big Oscar-winning song "Evergreen," which we're not going to sing tonight. You know, not going to sing that one.
Oh.
That was another one that was out for Christmas, I think, that year. Big Christmas. They all ended up in the top 10 here.
All right. And the number 1 film of 1976, one of your personal favorites, Rocky.
Oh, Rocky, yes.
Rocky.
Yeah. I didn't see that until after all the Oscar nominations. I don't think we even knew about it whenever it came out. Maybe in the fall of '76. I didn't.
Now, this was written, I believe, by Stallone, but not directed by him.
No, it was John
Avildsen,
Yes.
which I think Stallone later on went on to write and direct the other, or some of the other subsequent.
Yeah, he brought John back for number 5, which was not good. That was the least popular, where there was no real villain in that. He had the street fight at the end with Tommy.
Tommy Morrison?
Yeah,
Okay.
who was passed on. I
He
think.
has. And that's it. That's your films. You got any?
I have a
honorable
couple
mentions?
other films. It
While
was-
I take a sip of something?
Okay. Taxi Driver was also out, 76. A little bit. I know we got CGI and all this stuff and stereo and all that today, but these were good films that are still around. And there was no CGI or any of that.
And not one of them is a superhero film.
No, not really. Not yet. Bobby Joe and the Outlaw, which I only include because it had, do you remember that one?
No.
Did you have HBO?
Okay.
In
What
the
was
70s.
the nudity in that one?
Linda Carter. And,
I
and
do remember that. Marjo Gortner.
Yes, and they were in the Springs, the Indian Springs, with I think Chief Dan George, maybe.
Okay.
It was one of those, the shoot 'em out chase films, but there was Linda Carter. By the time it showed up on HBO, we knew she was Wonder Woman, and there
Right.
was Wonder Woman in the lake there, topless.
Oh.
Family Plot, which was the last Hitchcock film.
That wasn't Karen Black, was it?
Yes, and William
Black.
Devane
Okay.
from the area. And one of my favorites, Murder by Death, was out in '76, which you can't do today.
No, you can't.
Peter Sellers, and another Peter Sellers, Pink Panther Strikes Again, which I think that was my favorite, where they had the assassins after him and Herbert Lom had gone nuts.
Okay.
I think that's my favorite
Yep.
of them.
It's a good one. It is. I mean, again, they went a little crazy with some of the plots, like the death ray or whatever
Yeah.
thing Chief Inspector Dreyfus had. But just funny, just to watch Peter Sellers do his Clouseau and Cato. And his many racist comments that he made toward Cato.
You can't do that. I know there was a color involved, but
Yes.
I think there were other things also. Or was it just...
He did reference his skin color on occasion.
Oh,
Which, I'm sorry, I get it. I understand. Let me apologize again in advance. I understand how that's offensive to people. It just strikes me as funny because it was just the way he says it.
Yes.
That's what, and I have a very broad sense of humor, which I guess needs to be reined in a little bit because what I think is amusing, others don't.
When we get to 86, though, watch how the stuff is still going on, even though it was starting to get a little wince-worthy when we do 86.
You got any more there?
That's it, my extra movies.
All right, let's go into songs with the 10th most popular song of 1976, A Fifth of Beethoven by
Okay.
Walter Murphy and the Big Apple Band. I remember that. Was it set to like a little disco or a certain beat to it?
I don't remember that at the time in 76, but they used it in Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, okay. Number 9, Love is Alive by Gary Wright.
I like that one.
I remember
It's
a
got
few
a-
of his songs.
What do you call that? An ethereal feel to it?
Ethereal or ethereal?
Ethereal. That's what the word I'm thinking of there.
Here's a song I couldn't stand. Number 8, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover by
Oh.
Paul Simon. Yeah, not a big fan of that song.
You sing along with it, though, don't you?
I don't.
You don't.
I like Kodachrome by him and Love You Like a Rock. Number 7, Love Machine by The Miracles. I'm just a love machine and I want to somebody with you. I don't know what
I
that's
thought that was the... Oh, I guess not. I'm thinking of... that was Dancing Machine, the Jacksons. This was Love Machine.
Oh, yes, you're thinking of Dancing, Dancing,
Yes.
Dancing Machine. Number 6, Kiss and Say Goodbye by the Manhattans. Do you know that one?
Yeah, let's just kiss and say goodbye. You don't remember that one?
Now I do. Number 5, which is weird that I just, for some reason, yesterday, I was doing the dishes, and this song just popped into my head, and here it is.
Uh-huh.
Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry.
Remember the way he was singing it? It almost sounded like a dirty word, a lot of us thought.
Yes.
Play that fun.
Play that funky music, my boy. Number 4, December 1963. Oh, What a Night by the Four Seasons.
That's one I like. Did you like that one?
It was okay.
It was okay. That's one you always sing along with, or maybe you don't, and that's why I picked that to sing along with tonight.
Oh, we're doing that one.
We're going to do that
I
one.
don't know the words, but okay.
You don't know the words to that one? I know most of the words to that.
I know Oh, What a Night.
Oh, what a night.
Late December back in 63. That's as far as I get. Was Frankie, that wasn't Frankie Valli.
Yes.
He did do it?
And even though he sings the high parts, I think I can sing his parts.
Well, all right then. You're on your own for that one. Number 3, Disco Lady by Johnny Taylor. I don't know that one.
You don't remember this one? It was very suggestive. Move it in, move it out, move it in and about. Cisco. Very shocking.
Now I remember
at
it.
the time.
That should have been the
Move
song.
it in.
We should have done that song.
We probably should have. It's a little tricky though.
Number 2, Don't Go Breaking My Heart by Elton John and Kiki D.
That's the one you said we should try.
Well, I just thought because it's two people duet.
Yes, I think that would be funny. We're going to do that second.
And the top song, which is another awful song. I mean, from a guy who is so prolific as a songwriter, this is an awful song. It's Silly Love Songs by Paul McCartney and Wings.
I remember that all summer. It was a big hit.
It was.
And I just heard recently a little blurb somewhere that he wrote that because people were saying that all he wrote were silly love songs. So he wrote a song, Silly Love Songs. Here it is.
Oh, all right. Okay.
It's a catchy little song.
It's catchy, but just so goofy. Although better than Disco Lady.
Move it in, move it out.
Oh boy.
Very blatant. What else could it be? Moving in.
I don't know.
I have a couple more songs.
You go right
just
ahead.
that more, which we were singing.
Was that the Andrea True connection?
Yep, she was the former porn star.
Now tell me that's not How do you like it? How do you like it?
More.
She wanted more.
Bohemian Rhapsody, which we all know. Disco Duck.
Wait a minute. Rick something?
Rick Dees.
Rick Dees.
And his cast of idiots. This was a radio guy,
Yes.
DJ,
Yep.
who did a novelty song.
Yeah.
And I like Disco Duck. Do you like it?
No.
You don't like it.
Didn't he quack like a duck in
Quack,
that?
quack, disco duck. My Sirius radio had a 45-minute replay. I was so bored, I guess, at work, that I hit the replay for 45 minutes on Disco. I listened to 45 minutes of Disco Duck, and that's how bored I was.
I can barely listen to 45 seconds of Disco Duck.
And Let's Do It Again. Do you remember that song? The Staple Singers, very smooth soul song. It was the theme to the movie, Let's Do It Again. But the reason I mention it, if you ever see Let's Do It Again, it plays over the opening credits. Bill Cosby is in it.
Oh, no.
Truck driver or something. And he's looking out the window at all the ladies. And the song's Let's Do It Again. And there's Joe with the wandering eye starting. And he's looking at all the ladies and licking his lips. It's just quite interesting. And maybe that's why you don't see Let's Do It Again on TV
Well, you
anymore.
could edit that out, couldn't you?
I
Put
don't
something
know.
else in there?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Are we moving on to shows now?
Yes, the TV shows.
Number 10, One Day at a Time.
We mentioned that on and off, seems lately.
There's something about Bonnie Franklin that was very off-putting to me at the time.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't really watch it, although I watch it from time to time with Valerie Bertinelli and Mackenzie Phillips. And
Everybody liked Valerie. And
Pat Harrington was good as
Yeah,
Schneider.
he was good. There was I think the disturbing thing about Bonnie Franklin.
Yes, I know where you're going.
She wasn't a big turn-on, but she was often braless.
Yes.
So you were very confused. You saw the nice jiggling boobs, and then what was above it wasn't too interesting. So you just focused on the boobs to take your mind off of what was up there, I guess.
And I'm offensive.
I hope I'm not offending Bonnie Franklin. Rest in peace, Bonnie. Very confusing as a teenager.
I personally was not confused at all.
You were confused.
No, nothing. She could jiggle all she wanted. That was not going to do anything for me. All right, number 9, Beretta.
Oh, I like Beretta.
With the murderous.
He's still putting out videos on YouTube. Take a look at
Is
him.
he?
Yes.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Now he was acquitted of that, correct? Yes.
Yes, he was, free and clear.
All right.
Just take your gun to the restaurant with you, Just happen to leave it back in the restaurant.
Right. Wow. Number 8, ABC Sunday Night Movie, which was just about whatever it was.
Yeah. At that time, HBO was coming on, but most of the time you could only see movies on the ABC, on TV with commercials.
Number 7, The $6 Million Man.
Watch that.
Lee Majors. Yeah, I watched that a little bit. Number 6, The Big Event. What is that?
That was apparently movies and live events. And I think it might have only lasted one season. They ran out of big events, I guess.
And now we get to number 5, which the jiggling in this one was interesting, and that's Charlie's Angels.
Charlie's Angels, and this was, of course, 76 to 77 season, which
That would
was
be
Farrah
Fawcett and Jacqueline Smith. She stayed with the whole run of the show, didn't she?
Yes, she was the only one of the originals in it till the end.
And then Kate Jackson.
Kate Jackson, she was the thinking man's sexy woman, they said, because she didn't jiggle too much.
Right.
But of course, I guess I guess it was there, but we didn't really see a lot of bralessness on television.
But they would often wear bikinis, I think.
A lot of
especially, I
bikinis.
think, as Cheryl Ladd came into it.
Oh yeah, Cheryl Ladd had a lot of bikinis.
Yeah. Yes. So, yeah.
They said that
It's about the right time for us, right?
What?
1976.
Oh yes,
bikinis,
we're
yeah.
quite in. Remember being very enthralled with Charlie's Angels and the poster, of course.
Oh, everyone had the poster.
Because you can hit a button on your computer and get raw porn. So we had to put a Farrah Fawcett poster up with a little bit of nipples coming out of it. And we found out later from Saturn III that it was very pronounced. That's why they were coming out of there. So
You could cut glass with them.
cut glass with those.
Number 4.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Did you have something else?
No, I just thought we were done.
No,
that was number 1.
That was number 5.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 4, MASH. Still, and that I believe began in 1972, and in 1976 it's still in the top 10. I think this was about the time I started to move away from it after 3 or 4 years. I think when Trapper left. That was Wayne Rogers, I believe.
Yeah, and Frank Burns about the same time.
And McLean Stevenson was gone. So yeah, but it started to wane for me a little bit. I didn't like the
Winchester.
Yes, I didn't like David Ogdensteyer's character at all. Number 3, ABC Monday Night Movie. So you have the Sunday Night Movie and the Monday Night Movie.
Yeah, a lot of movies on ABC.
Number 2, Laverne and Shirley.
The spinoff, and I think last year I was wondering why Happy Days was outside the top 10, but this is where it moved in, number 1.
Oh, it sure did. Number 1 is Happy Days. When did that premiere? Was that also around 72, 73?
Yes. The first 2 seasons were those film seasons, which I think were the better ones.
But then it became more focused on Fonzie.
Yes.
Which
The Fonz.
the Fonz, he became the show basically.
Else from 76.
We don't have time to sing. Oh, that's terrible.
What I'm going to do here is we're going to go out with a medley. We're going to do the songs, and they're going to be cut into a medley as we go out here.
Oh boy.
And we're all going to have joy. And, as we close out this horrible year, we're going to sing along to some great old songs from 76. So we will see you next time with 86. But here we go, a little sing-along here. Oh, what a night. Late December 1963. What a very special time for me. Since I remember what a night. Oh, what a night. You know I didn't even know her name, but I was never gonna be the same. Oh, lady, what a night. Here you go, Frankie Valley Park.
You can do it.
Oh, I can't sing as high as him though. When she walks in the room, and I recall it ended much too soon. Hypnotizing, mesmerizing me. She was everything I knew she'd be. Sweet surrender, what a night. The break. Don't go breaking my heart. I couldn't if I tried. Oh, honey, if I get listen, baby, you're not that kind. Don't go breaking my heart. You take the weight off of me. Oh, honey, when you knock on my door, oh, I gave you my key. I can't get anywhere. Ooh, nobody knows.